The Victoria's Secret's fashion show, first held in 1995, has grown to be one of the most widely recognised and highly publicised media events in the world. Broadcasted globally in over 180 countries and viewed by millions each year, the show emphasises a celebration of fashion and celebrity culture. Iconic performances such as Taylor Swift, Beyoncé and Rihanna have elevated the show beyond fashion into mainstream pop culture. Featuring runway productions, live performances, and supermodels referred to as angels, the Victoria's Secret show has historically set cultural standards for beauty and femininity. Over time, the show has become a hot topic for both admiration and controversy, drawing critiques for prolonging beauty standards and for its lack of inclusivity, as well as praise for its entertainment. Social media has profoundly transformed the public sphere by widening access to information and allowing new forms of public participation. It allows audiences to engage directly with cultural events and encourages networked communication. At the same time, it challenges traditional journalism, facilitates the rapid spread of misinformation, and blurs the lines between fact and opinion, resulting in a public sphere that is more simultaneously fragmented. The Victoria's Secret fashion show highlights this dual nature of how the modern sphere, as a global media event shaped by digital culture, demonstrates how audiences now play a central role in shaping cultural norms. By examining the Victoria's Secret show as a case study, we can observe how digital communication both expands participation in the public sphere and reinforces the commercialization of cultural events. Social media reinforces marginalized voices and encourages interactive communication by giving individuals the ability to challenge dominant narratives and participation. But, at the same time, it weakens traditional journalism by spreading misinformation. This duality creates a public sphere that is more open, but also more fragmented. The Victoria's Secret fashion show serves as a significant example of this transformation. As a global media event shaped by digital culture, it shows how online audiences, influencers, and social media platforms now play a central role in shaping public debate. It also highlights politics and consumer culture. Through this case study, we can see how digital communication both reshapes and damages the modern public sphere. Beyond entertainment, this show also reflects broader structures of power and influence. The selection of elite models, high-cost production values, and sponsorships agreements highlight the intersection of class, celebrity, and commercial authority in shaping cultural hierarchies. The Victoria's Secret fashion show became a cultural phenomenon because it combined fashion, celebrity influence, and entertainment in a way that few events have done before. Known for its costumes, angel wings, and runway presentations, the show turned lingerie into forms of high entertainment that captured global attention. Over the years, it has featured some of the world's most famous supermodels, including Adriana Lima and Tyra Banks. Its global broadcast and heavy media coverage made it a powerful marketing tool, shaping lingerie trends and reinforcing the brand's identity. The Victoria's Secret fashion show is more than just a piece of entertainment. It's a powerful cultural text that has influenced beauty standards, the ideas of femininity, and consumer behaviour since the 1990s. It has emerged during a moment where television, celebrity culture, and marketing work together to create a highly polished media spectacle. The Victoria's Secret fashion show has had the biggest cultural impact on individuals as the show continues to renegotiate beauty, as it now includes more diverse bodies. The show used glamour to construct a particular vision of idealized beauty, shaping how audiences understood gender and desirability. This links closely to Baudrillard's idea of hyperreality, where representations become more powerful than reality itself. In this sense, the Victoria's Secret fashion show doesn't just reflect consumer culture, but actively produces it, shaping how people think about identity. Habermas describes the public sphere as a place for rational and critical debate, a place where people can come together, independent from the state or market pressure, to form public opinion. But Digital media complicates this idea. Social media platforms create participation easier and more democratic, allowing a wider range of voices, including marginalized groups, to speak. Yet, the discussion that takes place online aren't always as rational. They are often emotional and shaped by digital visibility. The Victoria's Secret's fashion show illustrates this shift. As the show circulates across social media, it enables commentary from audiences all across the world. This influences amplification of peer influence as the likes, shares, and comments quantify validation, creating feedback loops. Arguably, social comparison may be amplified, as the Victoria's Secret fashion show is tailored to a younger aged audience. Platforms such as TikTok and Snapchat are visual-driven, emphasizing images and videos of bodies and fashion. Filters and editing apps and professional photography can create unattainable standards, making teens compare themselves to idealized bodies, often internalizing the bodies as the norm. Constant exposure to perfect bodies can lead to feelings of inadequacy. Hashtags such as #boycott Victoria's Secrets circulated, with many audiences criticizing the show's lack of diversity. For example, a US-based feminist group may criticize the show for maintaining narrow beauty standards, whilst some Middle Eastern influencers may discuss issues of modesty and cultural values. This suggests that global media events no longer create a shared public affair. This global engagement shows that the traditional media can no longer control the conversation, but it reveals how the public sphere can move away from the critical debates and towards entertainment and commercialization. Peterson challenges Habermas's idea by arguing that the public sphere isn't just only shaped by rational debates, it is also shaped by emotion, performance, and representation. She argues that the rational critical debate doesn't account for the modes of communication and their politics, especially in a media culture where emotional appeal is central. The Victoria's Secret's fashion show fits this argument well, as the show uses glamour, celebrity, and dramatic imagery to create an emotional response in the audiences. Online discussions are often driven by criticism and nostalgia. Peterson's frameworks helps us to understand how the show influences public opinion through effect, visibility, and cultural symbolism. It highlights how public conversation today often emerges from emotional reactions instead of structured debates. The global reception of the Victoria's Secret's fashion show shows how digital publics interpret the same media differently, depending on culture and context. Local norms shape whether audiences celebrate, critique, or reject the show. This makes the Victoria's Secret's fashion show a clear example of how global media can become localized through online participation. When we bring ideas together from Habermas and Peterson, it becomes clear that the public sphere has changed dramatically. Gatekeeping has weakened, and influencers and consumers and marginalized voices now play a much more powerful role in shaping public ideas within society today. The show operates within this new sphere. It is a commercialized spectacle, but also a site where identities, politics, and cultural values are constantly negotiated. Peterson's emphasis on emotion helps us to understand why the show continues to hold political and cultural significance, as it influences public opinion through feeling, representation, and visibility, rather than rational argument. Overall, the Victoria's Secret's fashion show still exemplifies the ongoing transformation of the public sphere, highlighting a shift away from Habermas's model of critical debate, dominated and driven by emotion and hyperreality. This aligns with Peterson's argument that emotion increasingly influences public opinion. Traditionally, the public sphere relied on reasoned discussions and engagement. However, media events like the Victoria's Secret's fashion show prioritizes effective engagement, communication, by reflecting societal trends in the media and consumption. Social media platforms such as Instagram further accelerate this shift by making this event more accessible, allowing audiences, influencers, and people from disadvantaged backgrounds to reinterpret dominant beauty standards. In doing so, These platforms challenge conventional hierarchies of cultural authority. Viewed through the lens of this modern society, the Victoria's Secret fashion show demonstrates that the modern public sphere is not only growing, but as a site in which power and identity are constantly debated in the digital age, blurring the boundaries between critical debate and entertainment and between empowerment and commercialization, ultimately illustrating the complexity and influence of power, identity, and media in the digital age.